They begin to run very quickly, continuously descending into the depths of the cave, and after a while they reach a large door on which blacksmith tools were depicted, a stone and a hammer. Upon entering, they see a staircase leading down into deep darkness. It was very dark in this place, and even the edge of the stairs could not be seen. Seeing this, Hayk created 4 flames floating in the air and circling around the chosen ones, illuminating their path. Going downstairs, they come to a huge stone door, locked from the outside by a pile of rubble. Van tells everyone to step aside so he can get rid of the obstacle and open the giant door. When they go inside, they find it dark and the air filled with silence. Demeter, the chosen one of water, proposes to separate so that they can more easily inspect this great forge. After looking around a little, Demeter turns to his friends and says, "Demeter, I think we're wasting our time. There's no one here." After these words, he turns around, and the fire he created illuminates the area in front of him. Suddenly, a giant stone statue appears in front of them. Demeter startles in fear, mistaking her for one of the gnome blacksmiths, but then, turning around, jokingly says, "Demeter, there was nothing to be afraid of. It was just a stupid piece of stone." Suddenly, the statue opens its eyes, lets out a loud cry and attacks the chosen ones, periodically repeating, "I will kill you, Githrin. You will not escape from my hands. Are you coming for me to kill me? How did you kill the other gnome blacksmiths?" The chosen ones, scattering in different directions, surround him and try to calm him down and explain that they are the 4 elements chosen by nature and came here so that the blacksmith could make magic weapons for them. Hearing this, the dwarf blacksmith relaxes and sits on the ground, taking a deep breath. Hayk lights nearby forge torches, using the power of the fire to make them visible to the smith and allowing for quiet communication. Then the chosen, one by one, introduce themselves and ask for the name of the gnome blacksmith. He answers, "My name is Tork, and I am the last living dwarf blacksmith. Githrin tried to destroy us, leaving us here without water, light and food, so that we would die and be unable to fulfill our mission, which was stated in the prophecy. I am very glad that you are here so that I can do what my ancestors taught me. Van, where are the rest of the gnome blacksmiths?" Tork, "They left, transferring their magical power to me, since I was the youngest of the blacksmiths, and only I could survive for so long." Ani, "Can you make this weapon alone?" Tork, "Of course, I can handle it. There is one small difficulty. I don't know how we can work in this forge, because there is no fire, no water, no wind. Their paths are completely blocked." Hayk, "Don't worry about it." He puts his hands into the oven and makes it burn with a bright, strong fire. Here, Demeter comes forward. He places his hands on huge barrels, which instantly begin to fill with water. Ani also casts a spell, filling the entire forge with fresh air. Tork stands up, takes a deep breath, thirsting for fresh air, goes to a barrel of water, picks it up and drinks it all, then takes another barrel of water and pours it over his head. Tork, "That was good. Let's solve one more problem. We need metals that are in meteorites, but it is very difficult to extract them from there. Van, where are they?" Tork, "In the next room. Can you separate them from those meteorites?" Van, "Of course I can. When you bring the tools, the metal will already be here." Tork, "Hayk, increase the fire of the furnace and light all the torches in the forge." By this time, Van puts the metals in place and says, "Van, please prepare my weapon first." He felt that Githrin's soldiers were already approaching, and he wanted to take his weapon as soon as possible in order to go out to meet them and gain time for his friends. Looking at the hot stove, Tork says, "Tork, I will finally complete my mission, and my brother's sacrifice will not be in vain. Now it's my turn, and I will do what my ancestors taught me." Tork fills a container with metals on top of the furnace, and then, looking at Hayk, tells him to turn up the heat. Hayk places both hands on the stove, causing the fire to spread across it like a living creature. Torque addresses Van. Torque, Van, you need to add a few drops of your blood to this molten metal. Thus, thanks to the strength given to you by nature, only you will be able to use this weapon. Van follows Torque's instructions, adding a few drops of his blood to the molten metal. As a result, two powerful forces mix, resulting in a shape resembling a large stone block. A moment later, Torque hits the mold with his giant hammer, breaking it apart. Soon the cracks widen, the shape rises into the air and finally explodes into pieces. After the explosion, the chosen ones look up and see a huge hammer floating in the air, as if waiting for its owner. Van instantly feels his connection to the hammer, reaches out his hand, and the giant hammer disappears, appearing next to him. Van's magical connection with the hammer turns out to be extremely strong. The weapon not only gives him the ability to deliver powerful blows, but also completely transforms his clothing, turning it into effective armor. This armor would allow Van to withstand heavy blows, making it extremely difficult to penetrate. After that, Torque begins preparing weapons for a reg, while Van rushes towards Githran's warriors, saying,